first, let me encourage you all to go over to my website, geekygirlsjournal.com, and browse through some things to familiarize yourself with who I am and what I do, just in case you don't know. So I'm talking about trust. Have you ever been in a situation where you put your trust in someone or your trust in something, and then you just felt like it just crumbled? It fell apart right before your eyes. And you were thinking that, let's just use a friend, for example. Let's say a friend. You had this great friend. And you thought, oh, I'm going to be friends with this person for the rest of my life, because you had this bond that was just so strong that you thought could nothing could penetrate this bond that you had with this friend, whoever your friend is. That's what I'm speaking of. And you just said, oh, you know what? We're friends. We're going to go through everything together. We're going to do life together. I had a friend like that. And I thought, we were friends in high school, and we were, this person got me. I say, oh, wow, she gets me, So, yeah, so you just grow apart. And what I realized is she owed me nothing. I didn't owe her anything. She didn't owe me anything. And while I trusted that we would be friends, that was not what happened. We grew apart. I moved to another state, and things just weren't the same anymore. So why am I talking to you all about this? Because sometimes you're going to have those situations in life where you trust somebody wholeheartedly. Maybe it's a best friend, maybe it's a brother or a sister. And I know that it's hard to imagine your brother or your sister departing from you or getting out of, or leaving your life, because I have close siblings, so that's hard for me to even fathom, not being able to trust my brother or my sisters, because I have two. So when I hear stories about people who are no longer in connection with their siblings, it kind of does something to me, because I then think about me and my relationship with my siblings. So, when I hear these stories about siblings that were very close that are now, torn apart for whatever reason, whatever they went through, it touches me a little bit differently, because again, I think about myself and my siblings. But what I came here to tell you all today is really, and I have to make it quick, I know, is if you have people that were in your life that you trusted. And like I said, I've never really been one to put myself in situations like that. Like, you really, 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 really got to be a close friend or been in my, you would have had to be in my life for a long time for me to just say, okay, I trust you and I trust what you're going to do. I trust the decision that you make. So it's not easy to get that from me. And I'm telling you this because I want you to know that there is somebody. And I think, oh, wow, look, Cal said it before I got to it. Thank you very much, Cal. It's God. Some of you are looking for that person to trust. Some of you are looking for somebody that you can pour just life, that you can have those conversations with when you're not having the best day. Some of you are looking for that person that you can go to when everybody else failed you. And there is somebody, let me tell you, there is somebody that can do absolutely that for you. And that is God. There is only one that you can trust like that wholeheartedly, and that is God. And I've been through enough situations in my life that have brought me back to that realization that, why are you worried? Why are you afraid? Why are you hesitant? You have to put your trust in God, the Almighty, who your creator, whatever you call him. Everybody calls him something different. But I have come to realize that it is not about trusting people all the time. People are human. People have flaws. People are not perfect. So while you're putting your trust in that person, they can't fail you. They can't fail you. There's somebody who will never, ever fail you. Never fail you, and that's God. So I was thinking about that this morning because I was listening to this. It was a podcast, and I can't even remember. It was Tim Ross. I can't remember what his podcast is called. But they were having this very complex conversation, and when I say they, he was speaking to Jackie Hill Perry. I don't know if some of you know who she is, but they were having this complex conversation, and it just, I started thinking like just so many different thoughts, multiple thoughts. So I was just, all these thoughts were going through my head. So I'm like, what should I talk about? What should I talk about? And this pop up, and I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk about. So yeah, so trusting, I think that's appropriate for right now. Trusting. So we place our trust in all these people, and you think, okay, I know this person well enough that I don't think they'll fail me in this particular area of this situation. But we forget sometimes that they are human. They have other things going on a lot of times. Sometimes people have plans that they have not made us privy to, and they have things going on in their life. And then here we go. So you're trusting that they're going to do something, and then it just falls through. So that is why I said that you have somebody that you can trust. You do. It's God. And Cal said it about 10 minutes ago. So that is somebody that I'm always learning to try to lean on a little bit more, because like I said, I've been through some situations, and all of the situations have required trust. In fact, I can remember this time when I was pregnant, and this pregnancy, it resulted in a miscarriage. This particular time, it was my third, and I can remember just sitting in this chair, and I'm gonna tell you all this, and then I had to go. I can remember sitting in this chair at my house, and I must have looked puzzled, and my kids were all trying to get me to go in different places. Hey, mom, let's go to the playground. Let's go do this. Let's go do that. And, I was keeping it all bottled in, like everything that I was going through, all the emotions, my stomach was turning. I was not having a good time at all. And I was like, Lord, what is this? What is it that you want from me? What do you want me to get out of this situation? And I was like, you know what? I asked questions for hours, and I just felt like I wasn't getting an answer. And I was like, you told me to trust you. You told me to trust you. What else do I need to do? I'm not getting any answers from you. You're not saying anything. I can't hear anything. What do you want me to do? How do you want me to respond? How do you want me to react? And then I heard clearly. So I said, oh, before I heard this clearly, I'm going to get to this part. So I also said, you know what? Whatever it is that you want to do, let your will be done. And I said, I'm done with it. I'm done with it. I'm tired. It doesn't matter to me what you do, in which direction you go. Just let me know what you want me to do. And then I heard this voice just say, do you trust me? That's why I came up with the title of this. Do you trust me? And I realized at that moment, I was not placing any trust in him. You think, and it's weird because I thought all that time that I was putting all this trust in God, and that I was trusting everything that he said about me, and everything that he spoke over my life, and everything that I knew could potentially happen. Everything that I knew he had me in the palm of his hands. I knew that he created me, and that he knew everything about me before I was in my mother's womb. I knew all of those things, but yet in this moment, in this situation, I was like, why? And then, I thought, why not? Why not me? And I'm sorry that if this is a little sensitive for some people, it may be. But I'm just sharing it. I don't even know why I'm sharing it, but I am. I'm just going to go down the road because we're talking about who do you trust? And I was just like, why? And then all of a sudden, I just had this really calming, just a spirit to just calm. It's the Holy Spirit for all of you who don't know. That's what I'm talking about. And all of a sudden, I was just calm, just out of nowhere. And I just said, have your way. Do what you want to do, Lord. Whatever's in your will, I'm up for it. And then it was probably not even 20 minutes later that I had to go to the restroom. And there is where I miscarried. And that was one of the most difficult things that I had to face by myself. But there was also a calming presence. And if you know what I'm talking about, you just know what I'm talking about. I don't even have to explain further. It was just a peace that surpasses all understanding. And I knew where that peace came from. And I knew everything was going to be all right. Everything. anything that happened to me 5 minutes before, anything that happened to me the hour before, anything that happened to me even the days before leading up to this, I knew that all of that, it no longer mattered to me because I was being held by the person that loved me the most. Yes, I was in a situation by myself. Not by myself because I didn't have family, but in that moment in time, I was in that situation by myself in the restroom, just wondering what was next. And then all of a sudden, everything gone. Everything was gone. I was not apprehensive anymore. I didn't have that feeling of doubt. I just knew everything was taken care of.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications for more videos like this one. Bye!